Heil, Heil, right in the Führer's face. When I was a boy in junior high school, one of our teachers brought some of the cartoons and some of the songs that were played on the radio that mocked Hitler and mocked the Nazis and mocked Germany at a time of war. Now, I said that because I recognize that there are people watching this who justly, at least culturally justly, feel conflicted. On one hand, we recognize that the First Amendment is central to American liberty and to freedom of the West, freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom to publicly cast doubt, to say things, right? That's central to freedom. On the other hand, we believe in the freedom of religion and we don't generally want to mock other people's religions. We want to be courteous, right? So at one level, some of us have a little bit of a sense of conflict, and we might say, well, if it really bugs them that much to put a cartoon up of Muhammad, then just don't do it. Use prudence. Wouldn't be wise, wouldn't be prudent. So let's wisdom is the better part of valor. So we begin to make up excuses why, well, then let's just not run it. I mean, New York Times won't run the ads or the cartoons. CNN won't run them. Fox News won't run them. The Washington Post, thank goodness, had the courage and integrity, as a one-off to run them, or at least run one, and I think the Weekly Standard has. So there is a conflict inside of the media itself based upon a love of freedom, in part, and fear. And, don't stir them up, don't agitate them. And so many of us are sitting here thinking, all right, I get it, and I don't know what to do. Let me explain to you how, when, and why the scales tip, okay? When the American Constitution was finally ratified with the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment included the right of freedom of the press, freedom of association, freedom of religion, all right? Political satire was a key part of the founding of America. Mocking. Now, some people are saying, well, a cartoon is not the same as a song. In the last segment, I quoted to you the passage from Ibn Kathir where Muhammad had people killed because of songs they were singing about him. And cartoons are not songs. No, the issue is this. It's mocking. It's insulting. As the king of Jordan said, insulting the prophet Muhammad is a crime that cannot be justified under the pretext of freedom of expression. All right? I'm quoting him. So it's whether it's a verse, a song, a poem, a cartoon, at the end of the day, there wasn't a lot of printing of the press back then in Muhammad's day. There wasn't a printing press. You had vellum, you had parchment. So what they would do to tell stories and to make political points was they would create poetry and they would sing songs. So it's the package, all right? It's the issue of expressing contempt or disbelief toward Muhammad that is the criminal act for which Muhammad condemned people to death. So, bring it all the way around, this conflict between our love of the First Amendment and our understanding that it is central to American liberty, central, and wanting to be polite. Well, I'll say it again. Heil, Heil, right in the Führer's face. They didn't make songs like that and put them on the air in 1932 and 1933 and 1934. They actually had the Olympics in Berlin while Hitler was the chancellor, okay? There was polite rapprochement, as they call it, polite dialogue between Chamberlain and the leaders of England and the leaders of France with the German chancellor, Adolf Hitler, Time Magazine Man of the Year. But once we were at war, all bets were off. And what people in the West have to understand, contrary to John Kerry's foolish, untrue words, that this is not a clash of civilizations, that this is not a war of civilizations, it is. We are at war. We are at war because Muhammad declared war on us, because his original caliphs declared war on us, and because Islam has spread by the sword throughout the Middle East, throughout North Africa, throughout portions of Asia. Islam made it all the way into the Iberian Peninsula, as far as Tours, France, the Battle of Tours, where they were repelled, and then they held Spain and they held Greece, murdering people, slaughtering priests and women and nuns, and it was unthinkable brutality. They have declared war on us since their inception. They are still at war with us, as their so-called terrorists, their devout Muslim men, are showing. And now is the time to use the First Amendment, to embrace it, to cherish it, and to use it to show we do not believe in you, and we do hold your lies in contempt. We know that we're at war with you because your leader, Muhammad, declared war on us. Hello, friend. This is our new television studio, music studio, and documentary studio. Almost done. We're so close. It's been months and months of labor. Volunteer labor, labor done really inexpensively, people pitching in, bringing lumber that we cut literally from another state. We are excited to use this place for God's kingdom, for truth, for justice, for the fight for innocent lives. And if you believe in this show, it takes something like this to do it. We actually have to have a facility. We have to have the right tools, the right weapons to wage philosophical and theological and cultural and political war. So if you're blessed by this show, I'm asking you to go to our website right now and make as large a contribution as you can so we can buy the equipment that we need to finish this project. Thank you.